Thank you to our premier partner, Pinata. Pinata makes it simple to store and retrieve media on IPFS and build social applications with Farcaster. Visit pinata.cloud for all the power tools for IPFS and Farcaster. GM Farcaster. It is Tuesday, May 7th, and you're here with Nourish Prof and Adrienne for, we're going to start saying 29 minutes of Farcaster news to start your day because it's necessary. Oh, I just realized I usually have a green screen thing that I put over my chair, and I forgot today. So now you actually see my chair too. Whoops.
Looks great.
We're a little off today. It's okay. It's okay. I'm sporting my GM Farcaster 100, episode 100 background because we had so much fun at FarCon. We're going to talk a little bit about that, but we're actually pulling together a recap show similar to what we did after ETH Denver with a few of the folks who were involved in organizing FarCon. So more on that very soon. We're just trying to coordinate some schedules and time zones and all that craziness, but I'm hoping either tomorrow or Thursday we will have that for you. So, Adrienne, how are you doing? My voice is shot. I don't know about you. I'm gonna have some tea.
Yeah, your voice is shot. I snuck out one day early, so I've had a day to recuperate. I'm feeling great this morning.
That's awesome. I got in at like 10 p.m. So not so much feeling great this morning. And plus I'm literally, I have to turn my final grades in by noon today. So I was grading on the plane, on both planes. And that was, so it's been a lot in the past 24 hours, but almost there. Just so close. But it was worth it.
Our friend polluter of minds casted about devs coding on planes. Like, you're not a real dev if you're not coding on a plane. I guess you're not a real professor if you're not grading papers on planes.
You're not grading papers on a plane. Who are you, really? And you should have seen me. There was one, the first leg of my trip, I was in like a normal seat but I was in front of the exit row, so mine wouldn't go back, but the person in front of me did go back. So I literally was like this, trying to grade. It was really, really pretty funny. But we're getting there. We'll be recovered by tomorrow, I hope. Let's hope. But we're excited to be back and share some of the things that we experienced. And I'll hopefully have some better audio versions of all the talks going up as podcasts in our various platforms very soon, probably later today or definitely by tomorrow. So look for those soon. Any other really quick takeaways before we jump into a few things?
Oh gosh, no, I'm going to save it. It'll all come out. I think this whole week will be post FarCon chats. But excited for our special episode. I'm sure we'll be talking about it throughout
Absolutely.
the week.
Yes, I'm excited too. Oops, I didn't want to start with that one. So just really quick from Johnny Mac, that was fun. I'm going to take a 21-hour nap now. That's really what I did. Just got home from FarCon. Yeah, Johnny with the memes per usual, right on point. And then we had this from Deodad. Yes, but just before I laid down, V messaged and said it's time to build programmable DCs. So your nap has been cut short. Sorry, Deodad.
Yes. Thank you, Tony. Thank you for not napping because we need those programmable DCs. The Warpcast team does not sleep.
What does that even mean? Do you have an idea of what they mean by programmable DCs? Do you want to?
Sure. Go ahead. Right now, the only way you can direct cast anyone is through the app. So imagine opening it up through APIs so people who are building other apps can send you DCs. So Colin from Paragraph said, hey, does anyone want notification? Do you want a direct cast notification when someone publishes something? Johnny's idea, Nonlinear, said, oh, what about a monthly subscription on Hypersub that gives you private? So just imagine apps being able to send you DCs or
that you would opt into, to be clear, that you would opt into.
Yeah, better. I mean,
Just to be clear, not just random, hey, you up. It'll be a little bit more involved there. It'll be something you subscribe to. I do think that's great. I think that would be phenomenal. It definitely would help us if we could allow that. Right now we do have Luma as a way that you can get notified for our schedule, but it would be cool to have that be automatic for right within our group chats that we have for our usual chatters and things like that. So we have some other things going on, but really quick before we jump into that, I love this from B about some of his takeaways from FarCon. An unexpected benefit of FarCon was getting very high fidelity user feedback. We talk to users a lot over the internet, but there's a marked difference when you can go back and forth in person. It's changed our roadmap this week by quite a bit. That's interesting. And direct cast APIs was a big part of this. What feature have increased in importance? Direct cast APIs is one that he mentioned right there that we just talked about. So pretty cool. And
that was a theme. I think a lot of builders were saying the same thing. They were just so happy to have face-to-face. I know we were as well, obviously, getting feedback from people. But
there's something just a little different when you can have that. Yeah, you can have those conversations rather than it being more, here's my feedback. You go back and forth maybe once or twice. And then, when you can have more of a conversation, it's helpful because you can dig in a little better and understand a little more clearly what they mean and what they're really looking for. So definitely. I think that was a huge takeaway for us as well. So that's been great. And I loved this as well from B also. Someone should really make a permanent merch store for Farcaster swag for all sources. The gear from FarCon was next level. I'm sure many others would want to get some, and that was fast because Jacopo said FarCon merch store powered by Slice, free delivery worldwide, and there it is. So if you're, I love this shirt. I don't know that this shirt is available. This is the base shirt, but I don't know if it is. But if it is, it's really cool. Long sleeve. It's very cool.
There's not enough Jacopo or I don't know how to.
Jacopo.
We need Jacopo.
We should have asked him while he was there. We didn't think of that. While we were standing in front of him, would have been a good idea.
What was your favorite merch?
I love this shirt. I love this shirt a lot. I love my mug, but that's because I made it. There was so much good stuff. I love some of the noun swag, of course. There were so many cool hats. The higher hat was really cool. I know what was my favorite swag that I can't believe I actually brought it home. This was freaking cool. That's
ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. I had this in my backpack traveling home with me so that I would have it. So this is and let me move so you guys can see a little better. This is the UFO birds.wtf board, and it's got higher up here and it's got send it down here. So this was really cool. They were giving it away at the higher meetup at the skate park. And
it's a skateboard deck if you can't see the board.
Skateboard deck.
Amazing.
Yeah. And it's beautiful. It's a beautiful design. I love it. I had a lot of good chats with Nick Hollings from UFO Club. So it was just really cool that I was like, I really want to bring this home. How am I going to get this home with me? So it was awesome. So check out, I don't know if they have this one available, but boards.wtf has a bunch of skateboard decks, different designs, different Web3 designs, and they might have that one available there. But it was really cool. So that was my favorite. What were your favorite swags?
I loved our friends from Japan, and I got my matcha, and I got a fan, and they're building check-in and some really cool things. So I thought that was great. I got a 1-of-1 0x Labs Carhartt hat. Thank you, Amy.
I didn't see that one. I didn't get one.
It was a beanie. It was a special one.
Oh, you got the beanie.
Yeah.
I like our water bottles, except they were. I have to have a conversation because they're. I like the color, but the little thing is rubbing off. I didn't get the 0x Labs, but also, hey, I love these too. These came out great. My purple noggles came out great. Everyone looked great rocking them. And if you last chance today to post a pic, and you might win some ETH in the /builder channel. So go do that. There were so many cool things. I didn't even see the fans or the matcha. I didn't get that. That's sad. There was too many things.
It was next to Humankind Candle Store.
Oh, right. Yep. The candles were beautiful. Smelled great. Tabletop. I Speak Nerd had some cool shirts, tabletop shirts for us nerdy board game folks. And I love those. Those were cool, and some stickers. And that was to support the tabletop channel and some of the stuff they're trying to do with meetups. And so that was really fun too. I also have these are 2 of ones. They only made 2 of them. GM Farcaster hats. Those came out good. I'm rocking so much swag. I'm just going to be all week long. I'm just going to tell you right now, chances are I'm wearing a hat all week long, K-Mac, no betting. And it's all going to be, swag from FarCon pretty much. So get ready. Did you see the bucket hat too with the arch? I've got one of those somewhere.
Yes. And that is on the store. So it's
that is on the store.
There's like 3 things.
Yes.
And I'm sure the bucket hat is there.
Yep. The bucket hat's definitely going to be there. I believe. But I did love this base shirt. Oh, and the Seed Club Enjoy shirt that you could customize. That was really cool. They had like somebody there with like one of these things that like they would just roll it down the shirt. Mm-hmm. That was super cool. You could choose where to put it and all this stuff. And so I'll wear that one of these days.
And actually on customizing, not quite merch, but obviously the tattoos are the best swag that anybody went home with. So, I mean,
there were people with actual higher arrow tattoos, arches.
Lots of tattoos were happening. Degen hat.
Degen hat. Yep. Did I see anyone with Degen? I don't know if anyone, I'm sure somebody did. Mm-hmm. But I saw a lot of the arrows. I saw a lot of the higher arrows people got, I think, because it's a little bit more, it could be anything kind of thing. So, but that was really cool. And I think that some of the people who got those higher tattoos even got tipped. Got tipped a little bit from Six, if I remember correctly.
I hope so.
Because he was asking. I think he and Woj were asking who had the tattoos, and they got something. So that was pretty cool. And then we had the temporary tattoos. I did see a few people sporting the Dan and Baroon tattoos, and I did ask everybody to choose. They had to choose one, and it was interesting. I just wanted to do that as an experiment, just to see what people would choose, and it was pretty much the devs and the gamers went for V, and the more artistic and nouns folk went for Dan. So it was kind of interesting.
There you go.
Seemed appropriate. Seemed about right. Okay, we got a few more things to chat about. We might even just be at 21 minutes today. How about that? Right after I changed it to 29. We've got this from V this week. Priorities this week. Decentralizing channels. Is that actually going to happen this week? Or is that like they're working on it this week?
It doesn't necessarily mean everything gets finished, but these are where their priorities and focus are. I actually don't think. I think the actual channels and the protocol is still.
It's going to take a while. Yeah,
2 to 3 months away. But you have to start somewhere, and you have to start speccing it out.
Good point.
And
Directcast APIs, improving feed quality, scaling hubs to 1 million users. Yeah, I assume that's all not happening by Friday. Improving app. You never know with them. Improving app reliability. And then a little bit more detail. Number 1 priority is channels. Channels will become fully decentralized so that you can own them on chain and use all functionality from any client. This may take 2 to 3 months to ship since it requires on-chain work. Number 2 priority is Directcast APIs. Accounts will be able to programmatically message users to opt in. Expect this to ship soon. This is what we talked about earlier. 3 priority is feed quality. Iterating on ML systems and other features to make your feed more relevant and find interesting casts you may like. We'll be doing a lot of small experiments over the next month. Number 4 priority is scaling hubs to 1 million users. We've made some significant improvements to sync and are turning our focus to storage, specifically making hubs faster on disk drives of all kinds. 5 priority is improving app reliability. We've made significant improvements to the reliability of Warpcast Hub message processing, now focused on client-side improvements, reducing crashes, improving battery life usage, and more. So that is pretty cool. These are good priorities, and I think it'll be interesting to see what they ship this week if any of these get checked off. So my guess would be maybe the direct cast API would make sense. It's first completed. So what do you think?
I mean, I don't know how to guess what gets done first, but I think priorities make sense. I literally love that we're all taking our 21-minute naps and they're just kind of back at it. I'm curious to know last week I'm curious to know usage stats for Farcaster kind of while people were at FarCon. So obviously we're not at home casting, but it seemed like there was a lot of activity. And in stability wise, we were, I saw the team out and but it seemed like there were no kind of
major issues. Yeah.
I think there were people
behind the scenes.
The scenes. So thank you for that.
Yeah. Thank you for anyone who didn't get to come.
Usage was, though.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you to those who had to stay behind and make sure the lights stayed on. We appreciate you. I casted way less. My own personal usage was way down. Just because I just couldn't, it was too much in person stuff happening. So I was not on my phone. I did take those breaks. We joked about needing alone time with your phone. So I did have some one-on-one time with my phone here and there where I'd just disappear for a little bit.
South Park. Yeah, the shout outs. There's one South Park episode about an invention, people just needing one-on-one time with their phone. And it was really funny.
And that was, we were talking about that at the Build Her breakfast. So every time I saw Isabel, we'd say, like, I'm off to get to my one-on-one time with my phone. Let's a few more things we're gonna shout out here.
Is that Isabel from POAP?
Yes, Isabel from POAP. Yes, okay. Isabel from POAP. Every time I saw her, we would joke about that.
Well, my favorite thing was, like, I miss everywhere I went. There's POAP guy at the door.
Yes,
and
Evan. Shout out Evan from POAP. POAP guy at the door.
I got so used to it. I came home and my family did not stand at my door. He wasn't
POAP?
there. I was like, "Where's POAP guy?" when I come home.
Evan, if you wouldn't mind, she was like, Adrienne would appreciate it if you could show up at her door. That would be hilarious. So it was funny because I walked into the last thing and I'm like, you again.
Yeah. By the way, what's funny is we have someone in our chat trying to tell us POAP rhymes with soap, but guess what?
It does not.
You're only in our chat and we get to talk, so it's POAP.
No, it's not. Actually, you're wrong. I've actually had this conversation directly with Mr. POAP himself. It is POAP.
I was on,
but
team
he said
POAP.
he doesn't care.
I was on team rhymes with soap for a long time, and now it's not a convert.
It's POAP. But it also doesn't matter. He doesn't really care that much which way you say it. But I've had that conversation directly. But I prefer POAP rather than Pope. Pope is weird to me. But there is actually a POAP with a Pope on it. So for those who don't know, for a year, I did a weekly talk show called POAPathon that had a POAP every week. And it wasn't sponsored by POAP. It was a decentralized show that somebody put together that I was a co-host.
Like GM Farcaster?
Yes, exactly. Exactly. And we talked about POAPs. We had a POAP every week. We talked about POAP, what was going on in the ecosystem. I mean, and plus we featured different artists and different, Web3 creators and things like that. So if you didn't know, there you go. You can go find it somewhere on YouTube, POAPathon. We one time did a 24-hour. I wasn't on that one. I only did the 9-hour one. We did a 24-hour POAPathon space. So it was crazy. We will not be doing that ever on GM Farcaster. I'm just going to tell you right now. It's never, ever happening. I learned that the hard way, that is a bad idea. We've also did that once with the Noun Square, also a bad idea. So this from Dan, reminder, do not squat channels. We will do a cleanup of clearly squatted names prior to moving channels into the protocol, decentralizing them. This is 2 to 3 months away. Having the intention of growing a channel later isn't some hack around this either. So I'm in trouble. I got to go grow my channels. But mine are all in the works. I'll just tell you that. I actually did already mention that in another chat. So you'll start seeing those roll out soon. But yeah.
Isn't there a difference though between squatting a channel and buying a channel that you're just not using yet?
Yeah,
Like,
I think there is. Especially if it's no one else's brand. It's not like I'm squatting Starbucks or something. You know what I mean? Like saying I'm going to create something.
Just a permanent cast, and don't do this. Squat. Don't squat.
Yeah,
don't do it. Just don't do
it. I've had multiple conversations with Luca Netz. He's desperately trying to get back Pudgy Penguins, the account and the channel, because they're both being, well, the channel I think is more of like a fan community group. So that one's not like, that may have a legit stake, but the actual handle is not so much. But I do have I have a bunch of channels that I've created that I just haven't had time to build out yet. Soon. Here's another message from Dan. If you're currently building a Farcaster app client that uses channels, please send me a direct cast. Looking for feedback on the decentralized channel spec I'm putting together. So again, this is all related to these priorities that they are working on. Couple other shout outs we want to give this to the Nook team. The news is out. We're thrilled to be partnering. This is from Variant. We're thrilled to be partnering with Sklo. I really should have asked him while I was sitting in front of him how to pronounce this. Sklo, help me. And emo.eth, thank you. That was much easier. Sklo. Who are building Nook. They're incredible world-class builders, and Nook is a delight to use. Posted from Nook. And I actually had a chance to chat with them. And why am I not following Lee? I knew I was. Something's going weird with follows. They're lovely, great guys. And I did mention, I'm like, I need to dig in and really play around with all these different apps that I haven't had time to focus on. Also want to shout out Glazaio's Kitchen finally is here. I was so excited to see this. She did episode 1 stuffed peppers. So if you like to cook, make sure you're giving Glazaio a follow, because it looks like she's going to start throwing some cooking episodes up. So for those of you who aren't familiar with the lost episode of GM Farcaster, it involved Stephanie right here, Glazaio, making granola as we were chatting, and no one's ever, only Chris co-created, ever seen that. So there you go. And maybe Justin on. That was it.
Yeah. Glazaio is taking, she's like such an opportunity for, so we talk about bringing non-crypto people in. I know her background isn't in crypto. She may or may not have some close family and friends that are deeply into blockchains, but I love to see her leaning into non-crypto content. And how cool is this video? And for anyone else who's thinking about it, it seems like the opportunity is there.
Absolutely. And we are building Don't Cook Again, which is going to be a little cooking competition show. And I've already talked to her about being one of the contestants. So, and Matthew wants to be on. So that's kind of fun. And one last thing, this from the base team. I am getting really excited about On-Chain Summer. I don't know about you, but On-Chain Summer is a blank slate. The summer will be shaped by what builders build. Build community, build art, build brands, build apps, build wealth, build your dreams, build anything. What will you build? And we're going to be leaning heavily into that with all the things that we are building. So just buckle up. It's going to be quite a ride starting very soon.
Skills. Can you make us a billboard for GM Farcaster?
Yes.
Yay.
No, but yes.
No. Oh.
I can. My design skills kind of, they're meh, but yes, we definitely need to add to that billboard for sure. I will be doing that as soon as we're ready. We have some stuff that we're cooking, and I'm getting really excited because the more I talk to people about some of these things and seeing them get excited, I'm like, oh yeah, this is going to be fun. We're going to have a lot of fun. So especially if you are one of our regular chatters, if you are a wowow or mole holder, we're going to have a lot of fun things for you that you're going to get, alpha. You're going to have opportunities to participate that others may not. So, or at least have first dibs. So it's going to be really fun, and also building out GM Farcaster network. So all of that is literally happening as soon as I get my grades in at noon today. We're going to start, focusing full time on that. And I'm really excited. So yeah.
You get speaking of onchain, did you, I think, and in our YouTube, in the GM Farcaster YouTube, do we have the live stream recording of the TED interviewing Jesse? I think it is. That was a good, he talked about onchain summer.
Yep.
And what
we're
going to
have, and I'm supposed to be getting the better audio version of that. I think today. So I have the ones from Friday from the Jam sessions also, the creator economy sessions that Jam hosted, as well as our own episode 100. And I'm supposed to be getting everything from Thursday as well. But we also do have them right now in a little more janky form on our YouTube if you go under live. And I'm going to do some editing of those as well and try and improve the quality of the audio and things like that. So more coming soon with all that. But there was really cool discussion from Jesse about onchain summer. He's just such a, I don't know. You can't not listen to Jesse and not get excited about everything. He just gets you so hyped up. Yeah. And Aneri too. I loved interviewing Aneri from Base. She was just lovely, but also she got me excited about onchain summer and just everything that they're building. So
yeah. By the way, I know we'll rehash FarCon separately, but my favorite thing was the pickleball tournament because it was
I missed.
It's it was very much a zero-sum winner take all winner take all game in a sea of people who try to be positive sum. We all win. So I caught Jesse being upset about losing, and I told him he wasn't acting very based. Trying to win.
I think I loved your little subcast of people's real I didn't grab that. I should have grabbed that. People's real colors show when they're playing pickleball.
Yeah, I'll tell you who I was subcasting later.
That was funny. That was really funny. And it was really fun to hear about it, but I didn't get a chance to get over there because I was elsewhere, but it seemed like it was a good time. It was a really good time. Yahtzee, does that mean you guys want us to play Yahtzee, or are you talking about yachts? I don't know. The chat is very funny today. You guys are hilarious. So I also had a great chat with, speaking of our chat, and I don't think I see him in there, but I had a great combo with Yester Crypto's wife, and she is just lovely, and she's an astrologer, and she is fascinating. So I had some great conversations with family members that were a lot of fun. I had a great combo with Brian and Grace's mom, lovely woman, and who loved our she watched one of the panels that I moderated, and she just had some fabulous things to say, and she's like, I'm gonna be your new GM Farcaster fan. It was really cute, and she was lovely. And I told her her daughter and Brian's good too. And I was just kidding. Love you, Brian. I said what a great job she did with her kids and everything. So she was just lovely. So that was a lot of fun. And McBain's son Harry was a joy. Harry, we love you. Thank you for your question during our show. It was adorable.
Family affair.
Total family affair. Ted's mom and sister. Yeah. So we'll talk more about that when we do our recap. And that's it. We're going to wrap it here. And thank you all. We'll be back tomorrow, 8:30 a.m. Eastern. We're going to be on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday this week. So we will see you then. And with that, bye-bye.